right now, Val. I think you should be called the Parfessor, because all this young man does is rack up par.
Parfessor. I love that, actually.
You are? Oh, he's the Parfessor. He's the Parfessor. Let's go.
And if you're looking for collaborations, try and reach out.
Now, we're going to rely on the good folks there in Jersey and Gloucester Township. We're going to be looking at the top public courses in this area. It'll be a celebration of golf when we do review your list in the comment section. So write down your top courses or anything we missed. Starting off with the Township course.
Here in Washington Township, looking at a 9-hole golf course. It's got a lot of opportunity being right next to Pine Valley. Correct, both are government courses up to a certain point. Pine Valley switched over. This course, not that far, 10 minutes, is considered still a government course. Most importantly, it's a township course. It's called the Township, and it's in incredible shape. So let's walk through each one of these holes here at the Township course.
Then says budget golf. Then dogs barking throughout the golf course, and that's the type of golf we're headed to here in New Jersey. And again, just being short distance from some incredible golf, you would think there's a hidden gem here, and I would say that there is. For a price of $22, this golf course, which is only 9 holes, so play it twice, Washington Township Municipal Course. We walked in there without a tee time, of course, and was able to negotiate a deal, playing at a recent rate for $22. The course is listed as a municipal course, and it's public knowledge, at least on NJ.com, that this course is losing money at least up to a certain point in 2015, the last document of that we could find online, built in the 1960s, but tucked away between apartments complex. You'll find yourself Washington Township's best kept secret, its very own golf course right here. Now, it's somewhat of a second home to past 3 decades to the township. I can see why they're kind of hiding this. There's a lot of great golf within the area with Trump's course and then also Pine Valley. Now, these counties kind of rub up against each other, so nonetheless, some of them are different, but double check, this course is in Gloucester, and we had to put it here at number 6. I enjoyed this one. I thought it was in well condition. And overall, just a great experience to go out there for a cheap, affordable round of golf. Anyone starting off in golf, start here, just like this list. Moving us now into number 5, we have this one I want to get back to at some point. Area. Now, right off the bat, the putting green offers for a welcoming experience. The pro shop is very accommodating, and it also has a restaurant located there on the right-hand side. And we walked right in there and didn't have any problems booking a tee time. But that's because it was soaking wet, and the footage that you're going to see is from the golf course being saturated in about 2 days worth of rain. But nonetheless, it is the actual footage of the course, and no one's paying for that footage. So you're going to be getting some raw footage of what you'll be looking at if you were playing this golf course. And starting off on the first hole can get a little bit sloppy. This footage that we were able to pull does get a little bit wet, and we try to clean that lens as much as we can. But again, it's just going to go through some of the holes here as quickly as it can and tell a story of that golf course, because this one was built in 1966. You can see right there, it's got a little bit of water on the camera, but nonetheless, it doesn't affect anything to do with these fairways that are bent grass and the greens that are bent grass as well. The first hole is pretty welcoming, but most importantly, the course is open year-round, whether even with the rains. You just can't go out there with a cart. You can see that some of the holes do have those bunkers, but because of all the rain, wasn't the best. The putting surfaces were pretty well. I would say that the best part about this golf course was absolutely the greens. Tee boxes could have used a little bit work, but it was in the middle of the winter, so they're saving their tee boxes for the season coming up. But the conditions weren't the greatest here, but I thought the golf course was pretty good. Nonetheless, we had to put it at number 5, which is pretty low on this list. But as we move closer to number 1, and maybe even play this course again, we might do an update video based on the information provided. Let's take a look now as we crack into number 4, as we look at another course starting off with Westwood Golf Club.
We're here at Westwood Golf Course outside of Philadelphia, located outside of Philadelphia, over the bridge, Delaware Memorial, to the Ben Franklin, whatever you want to do. Get some cheaper golf here. You can see, not the best, but for 70 bucks, $75 is going to get you out here with the cart, and for 40 something dollars on the weekend, you can walk it.
This will be pretty straightforward here at this golf block. As we checked in, I tell you what, you can drive right by this brick building. It's got some history, and we're going to talk all about that. But walking right outside of it, clubhouse, everything's on the back side. There's a putting green right in the middle, but then there's also a putting green beyond that. Right where we are was the second putting green. Sure enough, we had to go off right immediately when we got there. It's one of those type of golf courses. Public golf feels right. You get out there, you don't know who you're paired up with. Lucky for us, we were paired up with a good group and got a good experience of the course. And on this video, we'll walk through each one of those holes here on the front 9, which arguably might not be the best one. They said the back 9 might be better, but that's what they all say to play 9.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about this golf course and tell you why it's so important for you to get out here and play it if this is the type of golf that you're looking for. It was built by Horace W. Smith in 1962. So it's got a little bit of history here, but a lot of play off the tee. You can see this. There's just a there's a lot of golf here that they're playing. Bent grass greens and rye winter grass fairways. It's listed open also as year-round, so you could play here in the middle of the winter. And I'll tell you what, it's got a little bit of a feel to it. Price is right. We're going to talk about the price, go through a little bit of the history, and then give us that 1 to 10 rating like we do on all of our golf vlogs. Now, moving into 130, and shout out to the folks we played with. Nothing better than a father and son just going out there and ripping the golf ball as fast as they can. And that's what we did here. We're trying to show you fast footage of this course. Hopefully you're getting out here and playing this down the road. And we're going to talk about it being listed as a par 71 here at Westwood. Now, its length is 6,000, almost on the dot, but I would say it's a little bit shorter than that. And the course gets a lot of play, like we just mentioned. The tee boxes get ripped up, but some of these right off the top, you can see with the elevation change, it's a fun course. There's nothing wrong with going out here and spending $75 to $80 to play it, as long as you have a good experience and you're not getting too caught up. But, you know, that's the high end of the price here. We're going to talk about some of the deals and where to go after on some of the shots here, where you can kind of cut the price in half, just like we did on that hole. On a Saturday and Sunday, it's listed at $75 with the card. Now you can drop that down to maybe $50 without the card. I'm not going to go through a lot of it because they do have adjusting rates here. It's one of the things that it has on the website. There's no list of what the rates are going to be for this year. Overall, this was maybe even a little bit low on this list. This was a good course. I enjoyed this one very much. It's a link style. It's got some hills. It's a good one. And it's very affordable, but it could be very busy because it's just outside of the Philadelphia area. Westwood's a good one, but there's still a great one here at Pittman Golf Course, one that has been on our radar for a while. We finally got out there and enjoyed this during our travels that we have to make another video, and that's every golf course so far. But on this course, we're looking at Pittman Golf Club. And this one's a little bit special because it was built in 1927, one of the older golf courses that we got out and played. So let's walk through a course in walking distance of Rowan University, and probably a course you clicked on if you're from that school and you're trying to play some golf with some friends. This might be the course for you. There's a lot of young people out there slapping it around and having the best time of their life. Now, we're only going to go through the first 9 holes of this golf course. We're going to give a quick rating at the end, just like all our other videos. But we want to show you the conditions of this course as they are in the winter time, which is a little bit rougher considered the summertime for this golf course. Now, the course originally opened with 9 holes April 1st, 1927. Now, construction was supervised by Scotland and American golf pioneer and architect Alex Fineland. Now, originally the area was a farm. It looks like it got converted. But right now, 8 of the original 9 holes are present on the golf course. That is number 1, the course, the one you just saw, number 16, 17, 11, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And you're going to see 5, 6, 8, and 9 on the back, and those are pretty impressive. The original par 5, the 7th hole, was redesigned into a par 4 in 1992, and oddly through the state, that is the original estate of the land, those original farmers, was at their request. Now, Pittman, over the last several years since then, its ownership changed deeds multiple times. It was sitting on 109 acres of land, which was purchased by Kinlan in May 1st, 1934. So really, it was quickly after it was built. It was changing ownerships and deeds. It quickly became a social center for the premier families in that area. It looked like you also had private. There's some great course here. There's private facilities right next door that are top of the line with the Trump course and also Pine Valley. So Pittman's a good one. So let's zoom on out as we still have 2 more courses to take a look at. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Let us know which ones are your favorite. And we've played all of them, so just we can go back and forth with this. This is an opinionated list. Moving us into number 2, we got a Jaworski course. Again, you think you got this big old clubhouse coming and that you just can't miss, but that's not the case. They haven't built it yet, so there's more of a rec center, as you can see right here.
Here at RiverWinds Golf Club. I tell you what, you can actually see the skyline there from Philadelphia. That's pretty cool. You don't really get golf courses like that, at least public ones.
Jaworski's pulling out all the stops on this probably top of the line course that he has. RiverWind. You can see right off the bat, a great place to eat too.
Alright, so far this golf course has some sort of taco truck, maybe? Some sort of food truck. I like the sound of that. I've never seen it.
First being built in 2002 in association with the RiverWinds Community Center across the street, and you can't miss that. This course has an interesting history on where it's at right now, and I tell you what, for $140 to play it, it might be well worth it. It's one of the nicest courses I've played in the South Jersey area, and we're going to look at each one of those holes, be true to the tee box because they get a lot of play here, and the course still remains in excellent shape in my opinion. Now you can walk the course, but for riding it, it's typically right around the same price. They do have some youth rates, so shout out to Ron Jaworski for really dropping that price down and getting the young folks out there and excited about golf, because right now the price of golf is just too expensive. You can't spend $150 at that age, in college and things like that, high school. So huge shout out to Jaworski as he continues to do things that just needed to be done in the golf game. Course was built by Ed Sheeran in association with Ed Sheeran Golf Design. It also was shaped by golf expert architect Pete Fazio. These big hitters in the golf design industry, and also with the skyline views of Philadelphia, it really brings a original world-class golf course here to the outskirts of Philadelphia. Even though it's in New Jersey, it's not that far. If you're putting a bachelor party, anything like that, you might have clicked on this to take a look at the course. It's well worth it. Located in West Deptford, New Jersey, just not that far from Rowan, and another course, Westwood. Here we are at RiverWinds Golf Club, and then they call it the Ron Jaworski course, RiverWinds. Right off the title, you can't miss that. It's a par 72, and you could see it. Everything about this course is a $100 bill to play, in my opinion. Being built again in 2002, it's still kind of forming into itself with over almost 30 years of play. Its golf season runs from March to November, but rest assured you can play here all the time, and it drops down pretty much to a decent price in the winter time. But with those hailing winds off of the Delaware River, boy, things can get kind of cold out here. I love this course. There's so much bird activity and Canadian geese flying all over the place. And you can still see the city right from most of the holes on the back nine. Course respects a good golf now deal, and just looking for tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday, days of the week. You're dropping down to $65 in the summertime. That's prime rates. So you could get some good rates here. You just got to hold off well with a cart. If you're walking, they look like they do have some deals with walking. It was kind of unclear. You might even have to talk in with the pro shop about it. There wasn't much of a deal, but you could save a few bucks, maybe $5 to walk it. And then you have the freedom of walking it, which I think you kind of want to walk this course. It's a good exercise course. It's long, but they don't recommend walking it because the separation from the clubhouse to the first hole is significant. It's almost comical in my opinion, but they are changing that. They're putting a new clubhouse on some of these holes as you walk in right over the street there. I don't know when they're building that. They've been talking about that for 3 years now. Have an idea of the price range when coming out to this course, and if you're playing on the weekend, book in advance. It gets packed, and as it should be. It's a well-groomed golf course that is outside of a big city, and you know what? You're gonna have a lot of people out there. And most importantly, when people search this golf course, they typically see good things. Like on Golf Now with a 4.3, that's good. And just crossing over some of the bridges on this hole, it feels almost like a private golf course if there's not many people out here, if you were playing by yourself. Now, we played kind of during the twilight rate, so we didn't get the best footage for the course, but rest assured, if you go out here in comparison to other courses in the area like Westwood, that's probably half the price. You're getting half the golf course too. When you move the rating over to other apps like Golf Pass, you're looking at a 4.3, and on Facebook it drops down to a 3.8. They do, weddings and other things of that nature. I believe at this golf course, they're going to have that new clubhouse within the next, I would think, 5 years. I would hope, because that separation from that first clubhouse to the next one it's a little unbearable for walkers. But you know what? They don't push walk. It's a good experience. You don't want to really walk. You want to take your time at this facility. It's a #1 golf course in my opinion on most lists, but not today. We have it here at #2. There's still some great golf with just one more to take a look at. Sometimes we get feedback from other people and they convince us that this course is great. Scotland Run played it, and we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt and put it here at #1. In 1999, now located in Williamstown, the course is legit in regards to its clubhouse. When you get there, it's one of the nicer golf clubhouses there is in the South Jersey, Philadelphia area. It's even got a little bit of a Topgolf feel to it. Now, #1, the course's winter conditions that you're seeing off the bat for $75, and there's no deals with that. No Golf Now, no nothing. And for $75, you're getting what you're looking at right here. And I will say, hopefully in the summer when the prices do go up, and we'll talk about that in this video, but the course, I don't know if it's worth the full $75 in the winter time. It's kind of mislabeled. You can't really find the yardage. Sometimes you could even struggle finding the yardage. But in regards to the clubhouse and getting started, let's start us off and go through each one of the holes here at Scotland's Run. So the course is a public 18-hole golf course / country club located in Williamstown, New Jersey. Opening in 1999, there was 18 holes built on a old sand quarry. Now, I will say you got that it has that feel throughout some of the holes. There's even pieces of machinery that was left over from the sand quarry. Now, there's a mixture of woodland and links style course feel to it as a result of part of it being on that quarry. Now, it starts off, it's kind of got that link style, almost felt like a Orlando type feel with some of the trees there. You can clearly see it from Google Maps. It's more of a link style, but there's a few trees. I can see why people like the course so much. We were talking about it because you can find the ball on most of these holes on the front 9. You can't get into too much trouble. I wouldn't say it's much of a woodland style course at all, but some of the holes do have that woodland style on the side of it, as you'll see throughout the hole. And the one thing that jumped out at us is you'll see airplanes flying around. That's the feel to it. We asked, well, what's going on with that? In the pro shop, he said the owner has an airplane. I think he was flying it around. You can see right now, whipping that bad boy in and out of this golf course. And that might have been worth the $75 to play it. Hopefully, you can go back and maybe hopefully see it on Golf Now or something for $50, and you kind of smile, because there's not many people playing this course, and sometimes when you get those high rates, it has its pros and cons. You do have the course to yourself. It feels more of like a members course, and I think it's because some of the owners own other golf courses in the area. At least that's where we're going to put that history up just in a second. Now, the course won top 50 golf courses in the world according to Reader's Choice Awards in 2009 and 2010, and the #1 golf course in the Philadelphia area, according to Business Week magazine. So it's won a couple awards, and you saw that in the pro shop there. How long's the course stretch? It stretches 6,810 yards. It's got a nice feel to it on some of the holes here, as you can see, and it's well worth the $75 when you get into some of these back holes. In my opinion, the back nine's a little bit better. It was designed by Stephen Kay, famous golf designer, so it's got that feel too of a well-designed golf course that could be worth it. You know, for $75 in the winter, it's hard to get out there and rip one, but you know, for $100, you go out there, have a couple beers. It's going to be a good time. It's one of those courses, if you looking to play within Philadelphia and Atlantic City, trying to compromise, this might be the course for you. That's one of the signature holes here, a par 5, number 10. So we're quickly going through these holes here, but that hole's okay. The course is owned by the Octingers family group, which owns Scotland's Run here, and it's expensive. It's an expensive course, but you're going to get your money's worth. It's a #1 golf course easily, I think, in the county. So we're going to leave it at that. It's going to do it for our list. Keep a lookout for more videos to come. This is the Parfessor, an independent golf channel focused on the fun, affordable side of golf. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button.